Hi everyone, it's Kim. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. Today I'm bringing you my weekly meal prep, and I'm super excited today because it's going to be a short, quick, easy meal prep with a couple of shortcuts, which is going to be great. I'm also bringing you a full cook with me recipe today during this meal prep, and it's going to be a Southwestern frittata. Southwest frittata? Something. I'll explain it once I get there. Don't have the recipe in front of me now, but I'll kind of take you through that recipe. Super excited. My friend Lisa made this recipe before. It's so good. And then I'm going to be making some chicken and rice bowls, which is going to be super yummy. And then I'm going to show you how you can quickly get a snack together without even having to blink an eye. So stay tuned. I'll take you through all of that. And with that said, leave me some comments below if you have some questions or if you just want to make some comments. And give me some thumbs up because I love to see those. And with that said, let's go. When I do my meal prep, I try to put the things that take the longest in first so that as one's cooking, I can be prepping something else so that it just kind of flows better. So the first thing we're going to start with is our brown rice. Now I went ahead and measured out 2 cups of brown rice. I've already rinsed that, and we're going to put that into our rice cooker with 4 cups of liquid, and I'm going to do 2 cups of broth. And today I'm just using these chicken bouillon cubes because it's just the first thing I found. And I tell you, I bought the Better Than Bouillon, but I cannot find it anywhere. So I'll continue looking for that, but in the meantime, I'll use what I have. So we're gonna use this. And then the brown rice that I'm using today, I think came from BJ's Warehouse. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get all this into my rice cooker. And we're gonna hit the brown rice button and we're gonna let that do its thing. So hang tight and we will, I'll show you the how the buttons work on the rice cooker. It's going to be one of those days. Okay, we're going to pour our last 2 cups of liquid in here. And again, super easy. This is one of the things that I love about having my rice cooker, and I picked this up at Costco. So if you're looking for one, I think I have another one linked in my Amazon store down below. I think it might be the same one, but if not, it's going to be super similar. So press the button on, hit the brown rice button, and let it do its thing, and it just beeps when it's done. So super simple, and if you cook a lot of rice, definitely invest in one of these. I know that you can cook rice in your Instant Pot, but again, sometimes I find that it's easier to do it in my rice cooker because I have this one down pat and I'm still learning how to do that in my Instant Pot. Up next, I'm going to go ahead and get my breakfast ready, and this week I'm having a Southwest chicken frittata. I may have mentioned that during my intro today. And this recipe comes from Drizzle Me Skinny. Now, you know that I sometimes deviate from the recipe directions, which is exactly what I'm planning to do today. So instead of me getting a pan on the stove and cooking this on the stove and then transferring it to the oven, I'm just going to throw everything in the dish, and we're just going to cook it right in the dish all together. So the recipe calls for 1 tablespoon of olive oil, which I'm going to omit because I'm not cooking it on the stove, so I don't feel that I need that. So I'm just going to go ahead and spray my pan here. And then after I spray my pan, I'll take you through the ingredients just to kind of show you what it's going to take. And again, I will always have that recipe linked below so that you can follow the recipe instructions as well. So it's calling for 1 1/4 cup of diced peppers. I already have this pepper and onion blend in my freezer, and I'm still trying to use up things out of my freezer, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw this in there. And then it also calls for a 1/2 cup of diced red onions. Again, there's already onions in here, so I'm just going to dump this whole bag into the dish. It calls for 1 cup of frozen corn, and I have some frozen corn here. 1 clove of garlic. You guys know that I love my garlic from Costco, so I'm just going to go ahead and use this. 1 1/2 teaspoons of chili powder. So I have my chili powder here. half a teaspoon of paprika, 1 tablespoon of fresh squeezed lime juice. Yes, I said tablespoon. I do not have any lime juice, so I'm going to skip that today. It's calling for 6 ounces of shredded chicken. I have a little more than 6 ounces, but I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to make mine a little bit bigger. So 6 ounces of cube chicken is what I'm using. But again, I should measure that. I don't know how much is in there, but it was 2 chicken breasts that I cooked and cut up. A half a cup of diced tomatoes. She said that she used Rotel. I do happen to have Rotel here, so I'm just going to go ahead and use this Rotel. 6 eggs, which you can see here in the back, with a 1/4 cup of milk. I did use almond milk for that. And then a dash of salt and pepper. So we're just going to go ahead and start layering this into the dish and get this into a 400-degree oven. I'm thinking about 20 minutes maybe on that. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut our bag of corn open. Just going to put a nice layer on the bottom here. I'm sure my arm's in the way. How about we do it sideways? And then these peppers may be bigger pieces, but that's going to be fine with me. I think I'm going to have to open the bag just a little bit more to get those out of there. And I think those are going to be perfect. Alright, so we're just going to layer a nice layer of that in here. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in our chicken. In the meantime, I'm going to open up my can of Rotel. And one of the things that I really like about this recipe is that it was super low in points. I think it was 1 point on 1 point on blue and purple, and then 4 points on points plus she has here. So blue and purple, 1 point, and then if you were on green, you would have to count the eggs and the chickens. I'm going to say approximately 4 points for green. Definitely put that into your calculators to be able to get that ratio perfect. All right, we're just going to put our chicken in here real quick. It's going to be a really hearty breakfast, which is going to be nice. I'm just going to go ahead and dump this Rotel right into my eggs. It's going to put about half the can in there. I think that'll be good. I just think that'll be easier just to pour everything over top of that area. All right, so the next thing we're going to put in is our garlic. And if you don't have fresh garlic, you could also use garlic powder. I'm just going to go ahead and I think, you know what, I'm going to dump that into my eggs too, because I think that'll spread easier. All right, half of a teaspoon of paprika. So we're just going to eyeball that. That looks good. Chili powder. Of course, it's a new chili powder. Hold on, let me open this. It's calling for 1.5 teaspoons of chili powder. I'm just going to do a half teaspoon at a time. And again, I could have just dumped all this into my eggs and mixed it up. So if you want a shortcut, that's probably what I would do next time. All right, I've got that in there. Let's double check our ingredients because you know I always forget things. So olive oil we skipped. We have our diced peppers, our onions, our corn, our garlic, chili powder, paprika. We don't have any lime juice. I don't know how I ran out of lime juice. Chicken's in there, our Rotel's in there. I have our eggs getting ready to go in, and we're just going to put some salt and pepper on the top. So this one actually came together super quick. Super quick. All right, we're just going to dump this right on top. I cannot wait to have this. My friend Lisa made this for us one day and brought it into work, and it was super good. I mean, just super good. All right, got that in there. Some pepper in there. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw this again into a 400-degree oven for about 20-25 minutes. I will let you know the exact time on that once I pull that out so that you know exactly how long to cook this for. If you decide to do the same thing that I did and just take the shortcut and just throw everything in your oven. I'm just pressing this down into the egg mixture. And again, if you've ever made a frittata, just remember your eggs will rise. So don't worry about the fact that your egg isn't, you know, completely on top there. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this into the oven and I will be back. Do you want one more good look? Look at this. Yum, that's gonna be so good. All right, in the oven you go. Oh, and before I forget, this is what I do when I have leftover frozen veggies. I just throw them into a gallon baggie and I throw them back in the freezer so that I know that these 2 bags are open, and I know that just to grab these next time that I need to add some to a dish. And again, you can add these ingredients to just about anything. So there you go. All right, I will be back. All right, so this is it at 30 minutes. We're gonna let it cook another 10 minutes maybe, I think is what it's gonna take to get that egg to settle in. So not too bad. Glad I started this when I did though, because I think that this is gonna get done about the same time that our rice is gonna get done. Okay, we're gonna call it 40 minutes on the eggs. Look at that frittata. It looks absolutely amazing and it smells even better. So I'm gonna cut this into 6 different pieces, and since I didn't use my oil, I'm going to count this on purple as 0 smart points. So yay for me. And wow, it smells amazing. I'm just telling you right now, make this. It's so good. All right, so I'm going to see what's next. All right, our rice just finished, so I'm going to open that up and show you how fluffy that brown rice can get when you make it in the rice cooker. It's always my favorite way. All right, so we're gonna let this cool down before I start putting together my rice bowls because it's too hot to work with right now. And then I will come back and show you how easy it is to put those together. For my snacks this week, I thought I would take another shortcut, and I got these pop chips. And I'm pretty sure these are 3 points per bag, which is gonna be a great little afternoon snack just to give me something a little crunchy. I've been craving some salty stuff lately, so I'm hoping that this will fit the bill. So this will be my afternoon snack. And if I want something sweet, I've got some Honeycrisp apples as well to go with it. So I think that's a pretty good snack. And again, you do not have to be super fancy with all of your meals and snacks. You can take a little shortcut, buy something you like, and enjoy it. So snack, 3 points, you can't go wrong. All right, so I'm just gonna throw together some very simple rice bowls. I have my rice here. I'm just gonna take a little over a half a cup and toss it over here in my containers. Going to do that in all 3 of them. There we go. Push this one over off to the side here. And then I have some black beans that I just drained and rinsed. So I'm going to grab those and I'm just going to add some of those to each of them. And since I had already made the rice so flavorful, I don't have to worry about seasoning the black beans or anything. So I'm just gonna go ahead and toss those, try to get those as even as possible. And I'm only throwing together 3 of these bowls because I do have some leftover soup that I made, and I'm gonna have that on the other 2 days. All right, the next thing we're gonna add is some corn, and I just drained the corn. I'm just gonna pull that right out of the can. Again, super simple. And I'll save that half a can for later. And then off to the side, I am going to add these blackened chicken strips. And these are super good, fully cooked, and 0 smart points on blue and purple, so you can't go wrong. So I'm gonna grab these out of the bag and put them into the containers, and then I'll show you the final product. Okay, so I've got those together. I just throw those in straight from the bag, frozen, so by the time I eat these, they'll go ahead and thaw out, and I will just pop this entire thing in the microwave. They look delicious, right? So good. And I'm telling you, this blackened chicken is delicious. I'm going to go ahead and cut that up. I'm going to mix it all together before I eat it. So it'll just be a nice little rice bowl to enjoy. Again, no seasoning needed. Those blackened chicken pieces are super flavorful. So that's just going to add one more layer of deliciousness to these bowls. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up here. And hopefully you found something that you can duplicate. And definitely don't forget, try that Southwest frittata. So good. Like, so good. All right, so with that said, signing off. Have a great day, and we will see you next week for our next meal prep video. And we will see you Thursday for our next cook with me. So with that said, see you later. Have a great day.